Chamber at the National Research Council. I'm joined by Don LeBlanc. He is the manager of the Climatic Engineering Facility.
Yes.
This is pretty cool. I can't believe you're letting me behind closed doors.
This is all right. It's not entirely closed. We're open for business.
Yeah.
We've got lots of customers that come in here all the time. So.
Yeah. And what types of customers do you find coming in here?
Well, we do a lot of transportation work.
Right.
At this room. So we've got rail car companies. It's a nice long chamber, so we can get a full-size rail car in here. We get buses in here. We do work for the military, so we can drive a tank on this floor, and it doesn't hurt it at all.
Okay. So what are we looking at today? What are you testing?
What we're testing today are de-icing fluids for the ground de-icing of aircraft wings.
Okay.
So when you're sitting at the airport and they spray that goop all over the wing, this is the stuff right here.
That is the goop in these little bottles.
That is the goop in these little bottles.
Okay.
And what we're doing is testing that. So when they come out with new fluids, every once in a while it rains. And that's the point. Every once in a while it rains. And only every so often do you get freezing rain. So what we're doing is testing for freezing rain, freezing drizzle, freezing fog. Because they don't happen in nature that often, not often enough to test the fluids.
But very relevant here in Canada for sure, right?
Very relevant in Canada. If you get ice on your wings, if you're flying a plane, you potentially have some serious problems. Even when you're sitting on the ground. So you want to make sure that ice doesn't form.
Right, I don't want to imagine those potential problems. Okay, so these are meant to look like wings. How long have they been in here?
These, not too long. These are actually the covers. These are the wings here.
Oh, these are the wings, okay.
Yeah, the whole purpose of this test is we pour the fluid onto the plate and then we see when ice starts to form.
Okay, and when did the ice start to form?
It depends on the fluid.
So what are the two fluids we're looking at?
We've got T4 here and we've got C2. These are coded, so I can't tell you whose fluids they are. I'd have to kill you.
Secret. Okay, so what are we going to do with the fluid?
So what we're going to do is pour these fluids onto the plates.
Okay.
I can get you to do that, actually.
So I pour it on. How much?
All of it.
All of it, okay.
And sort of start at the top and work your way down.
Okay, and what are we hoping to see happen?
We got to clean it first. Well, we could clean it first. Why don't we clean it first?
And what are we...
John, have you got a squeegee?
That doesn't mean there's an emergency, does it?
No, that's our phone. It's sometimes very loud here.
Okay.
And so we'll get John to clean this plate up. When it's really loud in here, we just use the fire bells for the phone.
Okay, makes sense. You scared me there. You could have given me a heads up on that first.
No.
Okay, so we've got
a nice clean wing there, and they spray this fluid onto a wing. Typically, they'll spray this on with a truck.
Oh, it's a goop.
It's a goopy, nasty, horrible fluid.
Okay, so it's goop.
So that just runs slowly off of the wing, and we just sit here and watch it now.
Okay, and now the interesting part begins.
This is like watching grass grow, except grass grows.
Why do you love it so much?
We're actually having a huge impact here. The numbers that we generate here are incorporated into what are called holdover timetables, and those are used literally around the world. In May, we'll be going to a meeting where this data is presented, and all of the airlines from around the world show up, and they look at this data, and they use that for their de-icing programs for the coming year.
Not to mention when my plane successfully lands and the wings are not covered in ice, I have you to partially thank.
That's right. The next time you're flying, you've been de-iced for the third time and you're frustrated, you'll know that your plane is going to take off safely. And that's the important thing, is we want to get those planes off the ground safely. And that's what this is all about.
Don, thank you so much for inviting us in today.
Thank you.
Let's get out of here. I'm getting rained on.
It's raining.